One of the most well-known initiatives of the National Association of Basketball Coaches is Suits and Sneakers Week, a wildly successful partnership with the American Cancer Society. And it's not just the coaches showing their support. We here at the Big Ten Network are doing our part as well. And we are thrilled now to be joined by Craig Robinson, Executive Director of the NABC. Craig, I know we're all very busy right now, but I know this is such an important initiative, and not just this week with Suits and Sneakers, but the entire battle against cancer for the NABC and Coaches versus Cancer. What's this week like for you with such a visible initiative out there for everyone to see?
Well, Rick, first of all, thanks for having us, and big fan of yours and happy to be here. And just want to let the folks out there know that the Coaches versus Cancer program, which is a nationwide collaboration between the American Cancer Society and the NABC, has been around since 1993. And back when I was coaching, I was a part of it. And over that period of time, we have collectively raised over $167 million for the American Cancer Society. And we share the same goal with the American Cancer Society, which is to end cancer as we know it for everyone. And there's no other sport that collectively unites behind a common charitable cause the way college basketball does. And this is the week that we've all been waiting for, where it's Suits and Sneakers Week, where it's the most visible time of the season for Coaches versus Cancer. And as you've seen, back in the day, we used to all wear sneakers with our suits, and now that everybody's casualed it up more, you're seeing a much more creative use of sneakers. And it's such an important initiative. This year, we're focused on cancer screening again. And we're just trying to get the message out that cancer screening is for anybody who's not showing symptoms, and screening tests can catch certain cancers early.
You know, Craig, that's a great point. Ohio State was on our air earlier this week. Jake Diebler wearing sneakers designed by kids fighting cancer at the local area hospitals in Columbus. But this is the visible arm of what is being done this week. But this is a 365, 24/7 job for you, for those of the American Cancer Society, for all the coaches that work with the NABC in this goal. So talk to me about the rest of the year and what the organizations are doing working together, and what the coaches are doing tirelessly in their effort to try to eradicate cancer.
Yeah, well, Rick, in addition to this type of event, that as you said, this is a focus of this week. Year-round, our coaches are doing things in their own communities to raise awareness and to promote the life-saving work of the American Cancer Society. There are numerous different events that go on, from golf events to silent auctions to just regular sort of rubber chicken dinners where coaches do chalk talks and in the community. What you'll find is just about every month you could probably find someone doing something in their local communities. And I can't thank our coaches enough for being passionate to talk about this issue and use their platform to make people more aware of the need for the need for fighting cancer.
Craig, here in the Big Ten, Brad Underwood at Illinois was awarded the CVC Champion Award last spring. I know you worked together with Brad on the board. What has his involvement meant?
Well, you know, Brad has been tireless, and every step in Brad's career, he has been involved with Coaches versus Cancer. And more importantly, what Brad is doing for us, as you know, Rick, you know, our coaches, we're sort of getting older as coaches. Brad has been integral in recruiting younger, newer faces and voices to be a part of Coaches versus Cancer, and it has been invaluable, his experience and his influence.
Also inside the Big Ten, you know, we lived this personally a little bit with Fran McCaffrey, his son who played for him, battled cancer, as a teen, and that became public because Patrick wanted to come out. He wanted to speak about a lot of the things that it led to in his life. How many more stories, Craig, are out there like that that don't get the publicity, that don't get the attention that we also need to be aware of?
Well, Rick, there are numerous stories like that, and you know, I'm extremely close to Fran and Margaret McCaffrey. Fran and I played against each other in college, if you can believe that. We're that old, and he's got an offer in on my two youngest, so he's got first dibs on them. But Patrick is just such a wonderful young man to be open about his struggle and his situation. And there are hundreds of stories like that throughout the country where our coaches are taking an interest in locally in sort of helping lend their voice to getting the word out and getting the message out for people who like Patrick.
Craig, I know Fran's a terrific coach, but he was a baller back in his day, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a funny story. We talk about this all the time. Fran wanted to go to Princeton, and Coach Carrill, back who was my coach, was recruiting him, and he thought he was going to go to Princeton until he got an offer from Wake Forest, and he ended up going to Wake Forest first before transferring to Penn. That's when he and I played against each other when he was at Penn, but he was a terrific ball player, tough, just like he is as a coach.
All right, Craig, let's finish here. I want to give you the last word. What else would you like to share with everybody listening who's watching Suits and Sneakers this week, who's seeing their favorite coach support this battle and try to raise more money in our quest to end cancer? The final word to Craig Robinson, Executive Director of the NABC.
Yeah, Rick, with 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women facing a cancer diagnosis in their lifetime, regular screening is more important than ever. Screening tests can catch certain cancers early, which they may be easier to treat. So we want people to get out, get screened. Don't be afraid of don't not get screened because you're afraid of the answer. Get out there, get screened, and then let's keep working on this problem.
Great stuff, Craig. Really appreciate the time. Really appreciate everything that you and the NABC do, not just this week, but throughout the course of the entire year in our battle against cancer. Great to catch up.
Thanks, man. Great to see you, and thanks for having us.
One final break here on Big Ten Today. We're back with final thoughts from Trent Meacham and Raphael Davis on Thursday's Triple Dip, including how the Huskers snapped their losing streak at home against the Illini.